Hello, everybody. Now we're going to be talking a little bit about R. So, if you haven't used R before, R is a statistical software, right? So open source is really popular among statistics fields and biology fields as well. And we're going to be using it today. Okay, so there's two ways that you can use it through our research computing systems. The first is to use the open on demand dashboard, right? And to submit a job. So we're going to go ahead and do that now so you can see what that looks like. Caveat, please make sure that your version is whatever you want it to be. The default is 4.2.2. Okay, but there's multiple versions there, and if you have code that is a bit older, then you may want to check out which of these versions matches up better to the code you have. Okay, so I'm going to launch this. Make sure that it submits in. You see it changed, and it will queue up. But now I want to talk about how do we do it through the command line, right? In case you want to do it that way too. Okay, so let's see the command line. We're all here, right? I've already SSH'd in, okay? So to use R in the command line, we use module load R, okay? After module loading, you can just write R and an enter, and that will give you an R workspace, right? So here you can type any R command you want, right? And it will work out well. I'm just gonna sum two numbers, right? Gives you eight. But you can obviously do a lot of more complicated stuff with R. Now, this is very useful, right? And if you want to leave, you can just go like this, quit, get up. And then it will ask you if you want to save the workspace and go ahead and click yes for that one, okay? And then remember to clear to keep a nice and clean screen, okay? But this is not that useful, particularly if I want to do parallel processing. So how do we add the parallel functionality to R? Okay, and we'll talk about it in the next video actually, but let's look at the interactive sessions. Here is going to start. Of course, starting is going to take a moment here. Okay, but in the next video, we'll be talking about how to install extra R packages. But let's see how the R Studio pulls up. Okay, so here we see our virtual machine. And we see it popping up, our studio. There we go. So we'll see an R Studio window come up. There we go. You have your traditional console, so you can see, you can recognize this as exactly what's coming up on the terminal when you log in through that side. So this is exactly the same workspace, right? You have your environment, this tracks your variables, and here you have what is your home directory at the moment, right? And if you're familiar with our studio, we have an R workshop that you can go through if you need any additional information. And if you don't know where to start, demo, it's always a good place, right? And then you can see a couple of demos that you can walk through. The graphics demo is great if I say so myself. And it allows you to see what's in there. But I'll see you in the next one to learn how to install packages in R.